Hey guys, it's Bastian time! Welcome to This Week in Zelda News. I'm your host Bastian. Let's get to those top stories. So our first story is about something that we've seen just a couple months ago actually, but it's a slight variation on that. You might remember a previous video I did about Zelda News where we talked about somebody who made a playable game out of taking the Pac-Man sort of gameplay mechanics and setting that within Zelda graphics, specifically a Link to the Past style. A different fan has gone ahead and created something that looks very much like Pac-Man, but has the old school original Legend of Zelda graphics and more Zelda-based gameplay. You have different sorts of weapons and items that you use against different kinds of enemies and so on. The unfortunate thing, though, is this isn't an actual game that you can play, which is sort of, I feel, a bit of a letdown. It's just a video. It's still interesting to watch, for sure, but watching it, I just felt like, why isn't this a game? Why can't we play this? So, maybe somebody will take the initiative and actually turn this video into a game. Speaking of fan-made things, a fan decided, where are the Zelda bobbleheads out there? So they went ahead and took it upon themselves to turn Link into a bobblehead. I don't really have much to say about bobbleheads in general. I don't really collect them or anything, but I think they did a pretty good job at taking a more anime, childish depiction of Link and turning that into a bobblehead. It's pretty interesting. They even make their own fancy boxes and everything to sell them in, so if you're a collector and you need to have a Link bobblehead in your collection, go ahead and add this one, I guess. Our next story is about Dominos, not the pizza chain, but the actual physical little brick things, and somebody decided to celebrate Nintendo and its various franchises by creating these elaborate domino tumbling pieces of art. And of course, Zelda is in there, so be sure to check out this interesting video. Speaking of Zelda art made out of many smaller objects, you might remember that Nintendo was hosting sort of like an ultimate Zelda fan contest sort of thing on their Facebook page, and basically all you had to do is just submit a picture of yourself that sort of demonstrates why you're a big Zelda fan. Of course, I did, and I'm sure maybe a lot of you did as well. So what they ended up doing with all of these, after they chose their winner, is they took all of these pictures and turned it into a massive mosaic. From afar, it just looks like a piece of art depicting Link, but when you get up close to it, you'll see that it's really comprised of all of these, I don't even know how many pictures of Zelda fans showing their Zelda love, so that's pretty awesome. It's on display at the Nintendo World Store. I think that's in New York, so if you're in New York, you might want to stop by and see if you can see yourself amongst all of these bazillions, if that's a word, fans. Our next story is about the iPhone's game app thing called Swordigo. I think that's how you pronounce it. One of the staff members at Zelda Dungeon noticed while their brother and she were playing, holy crap, there's a Zelda reference in this game. Now, just looking at this image, you can tell that there's a bit of Zelda influence. We've got hearts for representing life and so on, which was pioneered by Zelda, of course. Specifically, it seems to be almost like an homage to Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. It's like a side-scrolling action-adventure game, but there's one very specific reference in there, which she noticed. When you talk to this gentleman in the game, he says there's no error, capital E, in this game. And those who have played Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link will know that there was a character named Error in that game. So that's pretty awesome that they're giving some love to one of Zelda's black sheep titles. Our next story is about Zelda the Musical, which was a video released on YouTube by this guy named Mitch Moffat, and in it, it's just one song, and it sort of summarizes all of Ocarina of Time in a bit of a parody. It's sort of poking fun at some aspects of Ocarina of Time, and it ends with Link and Ganondorf having their battle, basically. So you're watching this and you're thinking, I've already seen this video, but wait, there's more. Out of nowhere, at like the 2/3 mark, something very dramatic happens, which corresponds with what eventually does happen in that particular Zelda timeline, and it takes a total shift in tone, and I won't give it away, but you definitely gotta see the alternate ending. It's pretty awesome. So that's it for this week in Zelda news. Definitely be sure to check out Temple Quest in case you haven't already done so. The final week is about to begin. If you've completed all 4 weeks, you'll have the chance to win one of 3 amazing prizes. Over $500 worth of prizes, and it's a lot of fun to play, and I'm not just saying that because I basically created it. So, that being said, you should definitely check this out. Basically what it is a riddle-based scavenger hunt, treasure hunt, web-based point-and-click adventure sort of thing. You've got to be on your toes because it will take a lot of wisdom, power, and courage to get through it. I had to say that. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, why the heck not? How are you going to stay on top of the newest Bastian videos that you've got to see? So be sure to click here, that'll subscribe you, and also be sure to check back on this channel on Tuesday for This Week in Nintendo News. See you then, guys. Bye.